Hi, today we'll talk about the 7 skills that you need by the age of 30. These are things that will separate you from the rest and will definitely give you a leg up on everyone else. So, let's go. Hi, welcome back to the Manosphere Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up in life, in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. I'd like you to hit the like and subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you can be informed of all the content and uploads that happens on this channel. Number 1, get your license and get a car. You need to have a vehicle, whether it is 1, 2, or 3. Whichever you want. You need to be mobile and have a vehicle, a car, so that you can do the things that you need to do, go places you need to go. It depends on where you live. If you're in the city, if you are in metro area, if you're on the outlying areas, you need a vehicle to get around. These days we have Uber where it's convenient, but as a man personally, I believe and I feel that it's always good to have your own vehicle so that you can get around when you need to get around and not depend on others. That's the most important thing. Not depending on other people to be able to, hi, I need a lift, I'll give you so much petrol money, gas money, whatever it is. As a man, you need to stand on your own 2 feet. You need to be independent. You need to have your ride, have your car, get it out the way you want to, and it's something that teaches you responsibility for something that you can have to look after apart from yourself. It's something that teaches you the added skill of where you learn how to fix a tire when you have or need to fix a flat. If you are stuck with a flat tire, you learn how to change a battery in your vehicle. You learn how to do those things. You need to learn also how to change a light bulb if it goes out. These are the small skills that comes along with having a vehicle and being mobile. The most important thing, like I mentioned, is being independent and being able to go where you want to go, when you want to, and also to pick up that lady, take her out on a date, take her out on a scenic drive, and just be that dude that has that kind of ability and kind of access in your life to offer that to someone else. And that will definitely make you more attracted to females. Definitely depends on your ride. But number 1, having one that's decent looking, that is reliable, and that you keep your finger on, as they say, you look after it. That is something that you always have pride in, because me personally, when I got my first car, it was a very cheap car. It was a 2-door Golf. It was a 1.1 liter engine. I had that car for 3-4 years, but once I got that vehicle, I was able to go where I go. You're always the dude everyone calls. We're gonna hit the club, or we're gonna go here, there, wherever the case may be, and everyone jumps in your car, and you're the dude that decides when we going, when we leaving, and where we going to stay. We obviously end up. It's communal decision, but since you're the one behind the wheel, you make the decisions. And that is just something that I'll say, to always make sure that you get that first vehicle, not by 30. I got mine by age 21. I bought my vehicle by then, and I've learned that through the 20s. But for just for you to make sure that you are independent, it's something that needs to be already part of your life. And maybe you're sitting on your 2nd vehicle, 3rd vehicle, 4th vehicle by the age of 30. Maybe you got a stable of having a couple of motorbikes in your garage. End of the day, the bottom line is that you are independent, you are mobile, and you can offer a lifestyle to a partner, a female. And that's something that some guys that do not have a vehicle and depends on public transport, that is something that they don't have. So that's going to give you the edge on the competition out there, which is other men. First, the main thing that you want to do is you want to stand out from the rest. And that is one easy way to do it. It's a simple way to do it, but the skills that you learn along with owning a vehicle is definitely going to benefit you. The second skill that you need to have by the age of 30 is you need to dress for success. You need to know how to dress appropriately for where you're going and the occasion that you're going to. You cannot be going out to a business meeting wearing just the basic hangy baggy jeans, a shirt that is ill-fitted, and a blazer that is too big for you. You need to know your fit. You need to understand what your body shape is and always improve it when going to the gym to get a decent and better fit. But work with what you have. Make sure to improve your dress sense in making sure that you are appropriately dressed. Your slacks, your jeans fits properly. You have your shirt sits properly, and you know how to wear a blazer that goes along with it. So that is something. If you are on more on a casual environment, make sure that to wear and dress appropriately for that, but also make sure that it's presentable, that it's neat, and it's sitting good on you so that you can present the best version of yourself. One of the skills when it comes to dressing and making sure you're dressing from a formal setup, learn how to tie a tie. How to tie one properly, the different styles that you get along with it, and how to look your best. Also make sure that your clothes is always ironed properly. Make sure that you can iron your own clothes. That is something that you've learned over the years. You know how to do. You don't enjoy doing it, but you know once you put that clothes on, whether it's a shirt, a t-shirt, a golfer, whatever the case may be, you're going to look proper because it's ironed properly, and you're going to look your best. So make sure to always dress appropriately, and you have the dress sense, and experiment, try different things, go out to stores. We've got different stores in my city which cater to different types of styles, and there's a certain quality that goes along with it. So make sure that depending on what your budget is and what you can afford, make sure it doesn't need to be expensive to look good. You can go to some stores that suit your budget, and there's certain things that you can pick up that this will fit nicely with this item to look decent. So be smart about it. Know what kind of your style that you have. There's a thin line, a very thin line, and I always tell my friends, there's a thin line between funky and fucked up. So make sure that you always straddle that line. Get the right style for what you like, but also make sure that you tick the boxes of making sure you have the right fit and the right style that suits your body shape. So make sure to always dress properly and dress appropriately for each and every occasion. Number 3, learn how to cook. Have that skill set in your arsenal when it comes to making sure that you learn new recipes. You know, as men, we always tend to if we grow up with our mom making food for us, or our auntie or grandma, whoever it was that was in our life when we grew up, you need to, as a man, grow out from that dependence on having someone prepare something and putting it in front of you to eat. As you are a grown as man that's looking after himself, you need to, as you're training, going to the gym, doing your sports and fitness, you need to also fuel your body with the correct fuel. And depending on someone else to put that plate of food in front of you, that's just not gonna cut it. You have to learn the skill of cooking, making sure you'll be able to understand the best breakfasts that you need to have to fuel your day, how you need to kind of regulate your calorie intake during the day, and how to make sure that you have a proper supper that's not too much. Also, understanding your proteins, your starches, all these different things. Put the effort in to learn these things, and then on top of it, make sure that you know how to cook it properly, how to cook a decent steak. If you're gonna buy a properly aged, lazy aged steak that is quality meat that you have spent the money to buy, it is going to be a total waste of time if you just do not understand how to cook it properly and just waste it all. So learn how to cook protein and meat properly. Learn how to do certain things the best way you can, but also it's going to be a skill that you can invite a lady friend over for dinner. You can cook her something, and as the wine is flowing, you had a good meal, you have good chemistry, wink wink, things will progress from there, because you are this dude that is a guy that knows how to look after himself, knows how to cook and how to wine and dine a lady. Not to the level of you doing all of this for her to validate you, no, because this is who you are. This is what you bring to the table as a dude that is competent and a dude that can look after himself with no issues. On top of that, what I'll say is when it comes to friends and family, make sure that you also learn the skill of knowing how to man the girl. In our culture, a potjie or potjie is something that we have a big pot, and it's a type of stew that we make, whether it is a oxtail stew, whether it is a lamb stew, a mutton curry, whatever the case may be. When it comes to standing, manning, knowing your spices, knowing what goes in when, which stages, and how to build those flavors, you are the man when it comes to the potjie day. People look at you to say, no, you're not doing this. I want his potjie because I know he can cook, and I know I'm gonna have a decent and very good meal when he's done with that pot. So learn to man the grill as well. Learn how to cook your chicken, your steaks, your chops, your sausage. Know what goes onto your grill at which times. Know how to man your grill to make sure that there's certain levels that. Number 4. Public speaking. Work on your skill to be able to stand in front of others and give a speech about whether it is your friends that got married, whether it is a family member's birthday celebration, and you are asked to make a toast. Make sure that you always learn how to be a good public speaker. Practice it in front of the mirror. It's a skill that will help you in a corporate setting as well, when you have to do presentations at work for a project as to where it's going, what the strategy is going to be, and what the end result's gonna be at the end of the day, and the targets that you're trying to hit. Learning how to speak in front of others, to prepare and make sure that you're prepared for the actual speech appointment, also helps you to obviously look very competent, that your boss can look at you and know that you know what you're talking about, your delivery is good, your content of what you are creating is good. That is something that will give you a leg up on others, where people will recognize your value and be able to say that, you know what, this guy is very good in being able to understand data, analyze it, present it, and be able to plot a course for success. So it is something that people will look at you as a very competent person, because that's exactly who you are, and it's something that will give you confidence as you grow into your career life, and being able to present and talk to others. It is something that no one can take away from you. Once you have it, it will build your confidence, your charisma will go along with it as you put the time and effort into it. So it's definitely a plus. Number 5, the ability to debate. It's one of the things and the skills that you need by 30 is to be able to debate with someone when it comes to a hot issue, a topic of discussion that you differ about. But if you have a viewpoint and an opinion about something, an informed opinion based on statistic and facts, it is something that will definitely set you apart from others, where they can understand that you are not arguing from a level of emotion, or coming to through emotion, but you are arguing the facts and looking at it from different points of view to understand where someone is coming from. Sometimes when you talk about politics, when you talk about something that people are really passionate about, they tend to get into the emotional and disregard the facts and only try to make their point, and they unfortunately do sign language, which is it depends, and it helps you to also understand who you are debating and talking to, because certain times it's not worth it to try and debate with certain people if they are not willing to listen and also understand different viewpoints. The ones that you definitely won't win with is the one that does sign language, and sign language stands for shame, insult, guilt, and always the need to be right. That is something that if you are debating with the wrong person, you will definitely get sign language from them. The shaming, the insults, the name calling, and the guilt that they try to put on you, and also then the need to be right no matter what, even if they're wrong. So know who you're talking to, understand also that the person that you are engaging with is open to other ideas, that will definitely help, so that you both can get to a point of understanding each other's viewpoint. But make sure you know your stats and statistics about a certain issue, and if you don't know, go read up on it, inform yourself, so that you can have a better viewpoint and understand the issue. So the ability to debate is something that you need to work on. It's a skill that you need to have by the age of 30, because it will help you to stand up for yourself if you are not comfortable with what someone is saying and it is incorrect, and be able to say to them and correct them in love. But also, again, like I said, know your audience, know who you're talking to, and learn certain times to pull back, or to say, you know what, we're having a good exchange and we are getting value from this. You know what, I can definitely talk to this person, I can definitely challenge them with what I know, and you can have a productive conversation. Number 6, learn and have the skill to be able to defend yourself. You know, if you're gonna talk a whole lot of smack and you're gonna be talking a lot, and people's gonna see how you move, there's certain times that certain people, especially beta males, they will see that you are not the type of guy to mess with. They know that you are operating on a certain level, and they themselves would like to operate on that level, but they definitely know that they don't have it within them. They'll start to maybe say certain things to trigger you. They'll start doing certain things, or maybe just trying to be in your face and making arguments that make no sense, completely emotional, and just trying to start something. In those situations, you know, you can always pull yourself back and say to yourself, is this worth it? Is this guy just being an ass, or whoever is trying to trigger you? But in that moment, you also know if things go sideways, you can definitely defend yourself because you have the skill set. Me personally, I'm in my teenage years, for about 10 years, I did karate. So I know how to do certain moves. I'm not Bruce Lee, but I still know how to defend myself in a decent way. I did some kickboxing, did some boxing. So it is something that gives me confidence to know that when shit goes down, I can definitely defend myself. So make sure you have that skill level. That sometimes might be where you need to not just defend yourself, but you need to defend your female in a situation. It's something that you will always be happy to have in your arsenal, to defend yourself and the loved one, your family, your loved ones, and your friends. You're not gonna go out there looking for fights, looking to be all, yeah, I'm this dude, I'm the man. No. When push comes to shove and it's time, it's to go balls to the walls, you ready. So yeah, make sure that you always be in the gym, have a particular martial arts skill, that you also be able to defend yourself and defend your friends and family if it's called for. Number 7, you have the skill of always being able to tell a good story and taking someone on a journey when it comes to explaining something to them. What people enjoy is always to learn to a very good story where they're intrigued, they're pulled into and wondering how did things turn out, how did you navigate that, how did you overcome that. So that skill of being able to tell a story and keep people captivated is definitely something that will help you as you go forward in life, because it will keep people captivated to you and people wanting to listen and learn and get some more knowledge from you, because that is what you're dropping on them and they appreciate that. So especially when it comes to this YouTube space, I've always been someone that people says, you talk a lot, you've got a lot to say, and you should definitely try to go into that space and do public speaking. And I was always, you know what, I always had an excuse. But once I put myself out there and I started without being ready when it came to this YouTube space, I found myself being able to tell a good story and being able to hone that skill in being able to understand how to plot a skill, how to start off, how to present, and how to finish off a thought So I'm always learning, I'm always growing, and in this YouTube space, in the next years to come, you'll definitely see me starting from my first video up to my most recent videos, how I would evolve, how I would change. But when it comes to storytelling, that is something people will enjoy, whether you're sitting with friends and going out for drinks, or going out for dinner, spending time with family around the fire, making a good potjie, manning the grill, having discussions, having a beer, a red wine, whatever the case may be, and you just enjoying the atmosphere, being able to be at times the focal point in being able to discuss an issue, to discuss what's happening in current affairs, or to be able to tell from your perspective a story that people enjoy. That is definitely something that people will appreciate about you, and people will be looking forward to spending time with you, because they know they always get something out of that experience. So I want to wrap up this video, and I want to say these are the 7 skills that you need so that you can grow and you can present value to others, so that people can be, I need to spend more time with that dude, because I am just learning so much, and I feel damn good and I feel edified when I spend time with that person. So you know what, be the best version of yourself, to not just for others but for yourself. People is gonna recognize you, and the skills that I spoke about is gonna be things that you can learn, that you can use to better present yourself, to better grow in your journey in this thing we call life, and for you to basically level up in health, wealth, relationships, and your hobbies. It's definitely gonna help you. So that was another video from the Manosphere Paradigm. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop me a comment to say what type of skills that you have acquired up to the age of 30 that I may have missed. Let me know in the comments to say, you know what, this is something that I really have worked on as a skill that I have, and it has definitely helped me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you will be informed of content as I drop it on a weekly basis here on the Manosphere Paradigm. Thank you for coming, and I see you in the next video. Cheers.